If you're jumping from tutorial to tutorial, switching between Python, JavaScript, and maybe even a bit of C++, hoping something that will finally click, yeah, that's the fastest way to burn out and quit. Most beginners never make it past week 2, not because they're not smart enough, but because they're starting all wrong. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 things that I wish someone had tattooed across my forehead when I started learning to code. These aren't fluffy motivational tips. These are practical, proven strategies used by real developers, including me, and they actually work. So if you're new to the channel, my name's Arun. I have over a decade of experience in coding across AI and full stack development. And I've made every coding mistake there possibly is in the terminal. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear path to follow, beginner-friendly tools to use, and you'll know exactly what to do next, even if you don't know a single line of code right now. Let's break this down step by step. So tip number 1, pick one language and stick with it. Here's the thing, most beginners treat programming languages like Pokemon. They just want to catch them all. Python today, JavaScript tomorrow, maybe C++ because they saw a Reddit post saying that real devs use pointers. That's the fastest way to overwhelm yourself. You'll be 3 YouTube videos deep into Python, then you'll get distracted by React animations, and then you'll forget everything that you learned yesterday. Do not do that. Pick one language, stick with it for at least a few months, and that's how you build real momentum. So now, the £1,000,000 question. Which one should I start with? Easy. In my opinion, you should start with Python. Why? Python is really clean, simple, and readable. In some ways, it almost looks like you're reading English. It's used in everything from web development to AI and automation as well. And on top of that, it has a massive community. So if you're stuck, you can find answers and you can find solutions on Stack Overflow, and someone has definitely already solved the problem. So let me give you an example. When I started coding, I picked Python and built the world's ugliest calculator. I'm talking 4 buttons, no styling, no CSS, and it broke if you typed a decimal. But I finished it, and it worked, and that's what matters. If your goal is front-end web development, JavaScript is also a good option. But again, focus on one language, have one focus. Don't language hop. That's like trying to learn Spanish, French, and Mandarin in the same week. Your brain is going to file for bankruptcy. Tip number 2, build whilst you learn. Let me guess, you've watched a 6-hour crash course on YouTube and thought, yeah, I get this. But then you sit down to build something and your brain is like, yeah, I didn't download that part. That's because watching tutorials feels productive, but isn't real learning. You've probably heard of this notion, tutorial hell. It's that trap where you keep consuming tutorials thinking that you're learning, but never actually doing anything with it. So here's the fix. Build stuff from day 1. Even small, janky stuff. In fact, especially small, janky stuff. And here are some beginner project ideas for you. A tip calculator, a to-do list that stores your tasks, a random quote generator. Now these might sound boring, but they teach you how to think like a developer, and that's way more important than memorizing syntax. According to the National Training Laboratories, people retain 5% of what they learn from lectures, 30% from demonstrations, and 75% from actually doing. So yeah, you'll remember a lot more by breaking stuff and Googling your way out of it. In my case, I built a tic-tac-toe game in Python. The logic was a mess, but it was my mess, and I debugged it. And I learned 10 times faster than from tutorials alone. Tip number 3, Google is your best friend. This one sounds simple, but it's a game changer. You do not need to memorize everything in coding. You just need to know how to Google it. Seriously, even senior developers, people with decades of experience in the game, Google basic stuff, like how to remove the last item in a list in Python. JavaScript array includes string. CSS center div vertically. You think I'm joking? No, these are real searches from real devs. What separates beginners from pros isn't knowing everything, it's knowing how to search smartly. Here's a quick example. You hit an error, something that looks like this, a type error. For example, list indices must be integers, not string. You could panic, or you could just Google the error message, and 9 times out of 10, the first result usually has your answer, from something like Stack Overflow, for example. Also, pro tip, when you search, be very specific. Don't just say that you have an error, describe what the error is. Google it like you're asking a smart friend of yours. That's basically what you need to do. Oh, and while we're here, treat ChatGPT as your co-pilot. Use it to explain errors, review code, or even generate starter templates for your code as well. However, use it with caution. Don't just copy and paste blindly. Understand what it gives you, or else you're just outsourcing your brain. Tip number 4, use a structured learning plan. Let's be honest, the internet is a mess. You've got YouTube tutorials, Udemy courses, blog posts, Reddit threads arguing about tabs versus spaces. It's chaos out there. If you don't follow a structured roadmap, you'll get lost quickly. Instead, use a curated path, something that tells you what to learn, in what order, with projects included. Here are 3 that I highly recommend. So you've got roadmap. This is a really clear visual roadmap for front-end, back-end, DevOps, and more. Free code camp as well. 100% free, hands-on, and highly respected within the industry. And finally, the Odin project, especially good for full-stack web development. You can also combine this with YouTube channels that you trust, like this one. But make sure you're not just randomly bouncing between tutorials with no goal. Roadmaps keep you grounded. They're your GPS in your coding journey. Don't drive blind. And finally, tip number 5, join a coding community. This might be the most underrated tip on the list. Learning to code alone is like working out with no gym buddy, no mirror, and no progress tracker. You'll plateau, get bored, and probably quit. But when you're in a community, things change. You get accountability, someone checks in with you on your progress. You get motivation, others sharing their wins and their struggles. And you get help. If you're stuck on a bug, someone probably solved it last week. Some great beginner-friendly communities include Learn Programming on Reddit, free code camp forums, Discord servers like Code Support or 100 Devs, and even local meetups or hackathons. When I started, I found my community on Kaggle, where we'd share our upcoming projects, ideas, and hold each other accountable. Just knowing someone would ask me, "Did you finish that project?" kept me going. And the best part? You'll learn faster by helping others. You might think, "I'm just a beginner, how can I help anyone?" But trust me, even explaining a concept that you've just learned helps it to stick in your brain. Also, check out the 100 Days of Code hashtag challenge on Twitter. Post your daily progress, engage with others. It's like a public gym for your brain. Bonus tip, share your progress publicly. This one's not required, but it's really, really powerful. Documenting your journey, even if you're just a beginner, builds momentum, and it keeps you honest. On top of that, it shows others that you're serious. Platforms that you can use to do this include Twitter, LinkedIn, or even just a simple blog on something like Hashnode or Dev2. You could write stuff like day 12 of learning Python. I built a tip calculator. Or even, I struggled today with loops, but finally I got to it after 2 hours. You never know who's watching. I've seen beginners get job interviews, freelance gigs, and even mentorship offers just from sharing their code online. People love a story, especially one where someone goes from 0 to developer. You don't need to be a pro, you just need to be consistent. So what's the challenge? Well, here's the truth. Learning to code isn't hard because coding is hard. It's hard because you don't know what to learn. You don't know if you're making progress, and you feel like you're the only one struggling. The challenge is managing your mindset, not your code. You'll feel dumb, you'll hit bugs that take 3 hours to fix, you'll feel like quitting. But if you follow the tips that we've talked about today, you'll realize something that's wild. You're actually getting good at this. And that's the key moment, that first time you fix a bug yourself. The first time someone says, "Hey, can you build this for me?" That's when you're able to get over that hump. So let's recap really quick. Number 1, pick one language, probably Python or JavaScript, and commit to it. Number 2, build stuff right away from the start, no matter how small. Number 3, Google Smart. It's a tool and it's not a crutch. And use AI assistance as well. Number 4, follow a structured roadmap, not just random videos. And finally, number 5, find a community that helps you to stay motivated and supported. And hey, if you've made it this far in the video, you've already proven something. You're serious about learning to code. So now it's your turn. Pick one tip from this and do it today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Hold yourself accountable and do it today. Whether it's just installing Python, signing up for free code camp, or posting your day 1 tweet, just get started. If this helped you to get back on track, then watch the next video on screen. It's made to keep your momentum going.